The Common Core state standards have been adopted by nearly every state. These standards identify the knowledge and skills students need to possess to become college and career ready. The designer of the standards, the Council of Chief State School Officers, states that the Common Core state standards provide a consistent, clear understanding of what students are expected to learn so teachers and parents know what they need to do to help them. The standards are designed to be robust and relevant to the real world, reflecting the knowledge and skills that our young people need for success in college and careers. English language arts and mathematics standards for all grade levels are available online and as a downloadable PDF at corestandards.org. While the standards provide the science of education in the form of expectations for learning, the art is in the instructional strategies and learning activities that teachers utilize to engage all students in the content. In other words, the Common Core state standards provide expectations for learning at each grade level, but teachers prepare students to attain these levels of understanding through excellence in teaching. This includes relating content to students' experiences and the community context, as well as supporting the development of transferable skills in the cognitive, intrapersonal, and interpersonal competencies. It is these transferable skills that support students in achieving their post-secondary goals in employment, education or training, and independent and community living. This viewpoint is reiterated by employers and college personnel in a national survey that asked employers to rate the importance of job candidate qualifications. The top 3 skills were identified as the ability to work in a team structure, the ability to make decisions and solve problems, and the ability to plan, organize, and prioritize work. These skills fall under the college and career readiness domains, but they aren't necessarily directly addressed within the Common Core state standards. Unfortunately, the general education curriculum and now the Common Core state standards have typically been seen as separate from the cognitive, intrapersonal, and interpersonal competencies. On the contrary, Common Core state standards and college and career readiness competencies should be taught simultaneously, thereby increasing student engagement and promoting the acquisition of transferable skills. So what would this look like in the classroom? Taken as a whole, the Common Core state standards can be overwhelming, so let's focus on examples for 2 different standards. How can we address cognitive, intrapersonal, and interpersonal competencies while supporting students to master the standard? Here are a couple ideas we've identified. Let's look first at a math standard in the area of making inferences and justifying conclusions. The standard states that students will be able to evaluate reports based on data. To address this standard, students could review data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics and other reputable sources to identify 3 occupations of interest. They then must justify why each of the occupations would be a good career choice based on data such as alignment with their interests and strengths, availability, and pay. This activity allows students to exercise the cognitive skills of information literacy and interpretation, as well as the intrapersonal skills of self-awareness and self-evaluation. Now let's look at an example from an English language arts standard in the area of speaking and listening. The standard states that students will adapt speech to a variety of contexts and tasks, demonstrating command of formal English when indicated or appropriate. To address this standard, you could give students different scenarios where they might have to ask for help in college. Examples could include requesting a copy of the lecture notes, asking for preferential seating, or requesting extended time on an exam. Have them practice this interaction with a partner. Students will have to utilize interpersonal skills, including use of effective social systems, self-advocacy, and assertiveness. It will also require them to use intrapersonal skills, such as self-awareness and self-evaluation. Clearly, there are numerous examples of ways you can teach students to allow them to meet the standards and also to learn and build transferable skills in cognitive, intrapersonal, and interpersonal competencies. You likely can think of additional lessons or activities that address college and career readiness competencies within your grade level standards. In your classroom on a daily basis, instead of waiting for students to ask, "When will I ever use this?" By delivering instruction that addresses the Common Core state standards within a real life context, all students will clearly understand how the content relates to their current and future lives. Many, if not most, teachers already address transferable real life skills within their content, but general education and special education teachers often do not know about the assignments in other courses and may not share data on the students' skills practiced within the classroom. While individual educators know critical information about a student's present levels of performance related to cognitive, intrapersonal, and interpersonal competencies, this knowledge typically isn't compiled to create a complete picture of a student and his or her transferable post-secondary skills. This can result in duplication of efforts and inconsistent, disjointed services. Core curriculum should not be taught in isolation. Integrating college and career readiness competencies into your school's Common Core Standards curriculum offers a chance to increase collaboration and communication. This will result in students developing deeper cognitive, intrapersonal, and interpersonal competencies that will position them for success after high school.